Okay, full speed.
Get that one's way. All right, here we go.
Oh, fuck! Ow!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Prepare for takeoff.
You're now listening to Stepner Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am a big wrestling fan. I have a project called Wapo vs. World. And today, in real life, here at Happy House, we have the one and only El Mas Macho Primohenio.
What's up, my guy?
Oh my God, man. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I get to see you. I get to see Lola.
Yeah,
Preciosa,
man.
Perrita. Haven't seen a perrito in a while. So it's good to see your family here.
Exactly, man. Welcome to Happy House, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, man. I know we've been talking about meeting up for a minute.
Yes.
And so, yo, cool fit, man. That jacket is dope. That shirt is cool.
Yeah, I gotta, let the people know El Mas Macho's in the building, El Primohenio, where you can follow me. Made this jacket myself. Gotta show the people that just because I'm looking over this shoulder doesn't mean that I don't have something protecting me on this shoulder.
Dang, that's like very Mad Max, dude. It reminds me of Demolition. And
I always like to be different. I don't like to be like following people, following a trend. I always try to be like, if you see me walking down the street, you never see someone wearing this thing. So like, I always just try to, if I see something I like, then I'm gonna wear it, do it, whatever, That's why pro wrestling. I'm luchador, wrestler.
yeah.
Only a certain amount of people can say that they're that, and it's a very hard career to try to follow. And like, I'm very proud to be able to say that I'm following that path.
We have a mutual friend, and I started to hear about you, and I was like, okay, let me check him out. And then when I finally saw you wrestle in person, I was an instant fan. You did this move where you were holding two guys in each hand, and you were standing in the middle of the rope, and then you fall on your butt, and then you flip back, and you flip them over. You're very acrobatic, very athletic, very good-looking guy, very handsome wrestler. And, yo, let's talk about this injury. What happened?
Well, I've had other injuries, but this one was the real, first injury where I had to, sit out, where it was like, oh, it's pretty serious. So I tore my rib from the cartilage. This is what I signed up for, but just because I signed up for it doesn't mean that I have to be happy with it or okay with it. But I gave this person a stun dog millionaire, which is they get me up vertically for a suplex. I turn myself in and give them a stunner. You guys might know that move as the Stone Cold Stunner, but when I gave it to that person, they collapsed their weight on me, which accidents happen, and then I started feeling my ribs doing this. Ooh. And I was like, I had to, when I was rolling out, I felt it doing that, and I was like, am I allowed to curse on here?
You want to, man.
I was fuck, man. I was like, this is my first real shit. I can't believe this is really fucking happening. But, right after I went to the ER, did x-rays, CAT scan, everything was fine until I did the MRI. Then it showed that I had a tear. And it was just like, oh, this is what every wrestler goes through, a severe injury that oh my God, now it's my time to go through something like this. But this is what took me out. I think what actually really made it worse was on this show that's on Santino Bros Fight Night. I was a champ there, inner city champion, and I was defending my title. Someone came in that wasn't supposed to. They hit me with a chair, and that's what I think started the whole trance, because I didn't know he was coming from behind. He hit me, and the impact just I was holding my breath, and that impact just you can pop a rib from sneezing, or yelling. So I think that's what started it all.
Oh my goodness.
So there's some real tension with that, because he had no reason to be out there, and he cost me my my championship that I've worked 7 years to have.
Oh my God.
At my school, and it was hard enough to prove myself, and now that I had it, just as easy as it comes, it was so easy for it to get away from me. So there's some real tension between me and that guy. So and I'm actually going to be facing them. I'm actually kind of jumping the gun, but I am going to be wrestling on the 29th of May at my school.
Primohenio making a comeback?
I am making a comeback a month before I should But, that's the stubbornness in me. That's I need to fucking fight, man. I need to just get my ass in there. I'm tired of watching. I'm tired of rehabbing. I need to get in there. I need to do what I love. And, I'm making my comeback May 29th. Whether I'm ready or not, I'm just going to bandage up, doing what I can in the 12 days to get as strong as I can, to get that cardio back in, because it's not just a show. You have to be athletic. You have to have some sort of conditioning. Like, people don't understand that, it's not just all like fun and games. It's serious. Like, as you can tell, I'm out for like 2 months. So I said a lot, but yeah.
Yeah. From the outside world, people looking in, you always hear wrestling is fake. What is a wrestler's response to that?
We're telling a story. We're performers. We're athletes. But when people say it's fake, it's like I just laugh and I'm like, okay, well, like, you want to take a chop or you want to take a suplex through a table, man? Like, I'm more than willing to show you that it's like not fake. Like, they can even try to run the ropes. Like, they won't know how to do it. They're going to look clumsy. Like, even just running the ropes, even the footwork in there, they're going to be all clumsy. You're trying to tell a story in there is what we're trying to do. And there's no take one, take two. That's the only thing we do. We know what each person brings to the table. We go out there, try to make as best magic we can. You have to be really smart to be a wrestler.
So it's sports entertainment.
I think that's more of like a WWE saying that sports entertainment. But like what I do is like pro wrestling, professional wrestler. That's what I want to be. I do want to be an entertainer too. That's the goal, to be a superstar eventually. But until that time comes, I'm putting my body on the line for the entertainment of the viewers and trying to tell a story. And, I'm a real person too. I go through stuff and I want to show people that just because you have something that might like push you down or like something that might hold you back, just because you have that, you can either let it like run your life or you can overcome it. And hopefully once you have a good platform like this, you can tell people like, hey, you can be struggling, but you can still do what you want. Like, you just have to really like dig deep and do whatever you have to do, getting therapy or whatever. Because like I have anxiety issues, major anxiety, but like there's a lot of people that have that and are like in like movies and are movie stars. And like, I might look like I have all my shit together, but I don't. And when I'm in the ring, I'm able to be free and be myself and make the crowd happy, make the crowd cry, make them feel something, make them cheer for me, make them want to see me win, like I want this guy to freaking win, and I'm just a special kind of human, and I don't take that for granted, and I want everyone to like, you can be like special too, be yourself, you don't have to like hold yourself back. Like, if you're goofy, be goofy. If you're assertive, be assertive. But at the end of the day, just trying to make people like, happy.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a certain level of trust you have to have when you are in the ring with someone else. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like, you go in there, you have your own skill set, but you're also in tandem with someone else, like this dance. And give us a little insight on that.
So like, yeah, that's like one of the first things they like teach you. And like, you have to actually go to school to be a pro wrestler. You just don't go to a ring and be like, hey, I'm a wrestler now, let me do a match. Like, no, it takes like a whole year to be able to do like a 10-minute match. So imagine that, a whole year before you can be ready to do a 10-minute match. And that's like nothing, but yes, you have to trust the person you're in the ring with. And when you get injured, at least for me, I got pissed off because like I trusted this guy to like, to protect me on this move. And even like chair shots, you have to trust a person to be able to, hit safely. And when stuff like that happens, it's like I would rather get hurt than hurt the person I'm working in there with. So like when that happens to you, you feel like crap, you feel like I'm doing my job, why couldn't you do yours? But at the end of the day, you have to be able to know how to protect yourself too. Like if someone is trying to lift you up, you have to know how to be light. You have to be able to know how to land safely. So if someone is in there, which that's why a lot of promotions get shitted on, because like they hire people that don't know what they're doing. So, and you can tell right away. So like when you're in there with someone like that, you got to be able to know how to protect yourself, make them look like $1 million. The people in the back are going to know like, oh, it was him that made him look good. But that's what makes you a good performer. That's what makes you like a good wrestler, to be able to make someone look good when technically they don't know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, like, I always want to protect the person I'm working in there with, and hopefully vice versa, they're going to be doing that. But at the end of the day, yeah, I know how to protect myself. And in that move, in this case, like it could have been much worse. I just, trial and error,
Yeah, and I've seen you in the ring, man. You are amazing. You have this great agility. You have this great charisma. Like, you're super loud, but in person, like, and to see you do that, it's like really like I could see why the audience responds to you.
It's fun. It's like a superpower. I'm just being myself, and the people like to see that. Like anything I see, like in movies, that I like seeing, like goofy stuff, and like I'm like I like doing that, and that's what I do in my real life too. I'm a happy guy, a goofy guy, and when I do that in the ring, like the people respond, and they're like, "Man, this guy's fucking awesome," Like I want to be behind this guy, so that's what I'm bringing.
So, professional wrestler, you're injured. You've been out for 2 months. How do you feel that you're making this comeback?
I feel ready enough to know like my limits of like, okay, I want to do this, but I shouldn't. I can do this, and I can. It's kind of scary, because like when it's go time, it's go time. I don't want to hold nothing back, but like I feel like I took my time off that I needed. I was icing 3 times a day. I rested. I did nothing. I wasn't like babying. Like I was babying the injury to make sure that like, all right, I don't want to re-injure it. So like I feel like I did everything in my power that I can, that I'm going to be wrestling sore no matter what, as long as it's like healed up. So like now it's just about wrestling smart, not wrestling like crazy. If it's my first match, like
right.
You can still get over by doing everything you want to do, but doing it safely, even more safer than before, but still being, my real self in there. So it's nerve-wracking, but it's like, no, like I already tested the waters with my training, 2 hours, so I was like, okay, I just got to ice it and I'll be fine. Don't overdo it, so it's my comeback, it doesn't feel like a comeback. It feels like I haven't really been gone, but I'm ready for it,
Nice. And we'll get back to this particular match. I want to rewind the clock and take it back to the moment that you discovered you wanted to be a wrestler. What was that like for you?
So that was in high school. I was watching wrestling, I never really thought about, I actually want to be a wrestler until I was in high school, and I was in class. I think it was like a Spanish class, and I was singing the wrestling theme song. At that time, I didn't really have any like close friends. I just had acquaintances. And someone called me out and said, "Is that the Raw theme song?" And I thought this guy was like gonna shit on me because I liked wrestling. And like at that time, I was really big on like defending wrestling. Like, I'll fucking fight you if you talk shit on it, Like that's how much love I had for it. And I said, "Fuck yeah, it is." And he was like, "Okay, cool. Like, you watch like John Cena and stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." And like I asked him like, "You watch like Triple H and Randy Orton?" Like, "Yeah, the RKO." I'm like, "Oh shit." So like after that, like I would go over to his house. We would watch wrestling. And then he was like, "Hey man, we should be like try doing like backyard wrestling." I did all that stuff. A lot of pro wrestlers went down that road. So when I started doing that, that's when I started to like think of like gimmicks and like wrestling moves. And then like he suggested that we should try to like find a school and be a tag team. And that buddy's name is like Alex Jacobson, my first real best friend. So like he's the one, so my neighbor's the one that got me into wrestling, but he's the one that got my mind into thinking like, hey, we should try doing this, and then at 18, we found a school. I wasn't ready because of my anxiety. And then at 24, I was like, all right, I'm getting a bit old. I need to do it now or never. And I was like, whether I'm ready with my anxiety or not, I need to fucking just do it, And like, it was just so fucking special walking into that Santino Bros school, seeing that actual freaking pro wrestling ring, being able to touch it, being able to step into it, because if you're not a wrestler, you can't step into the ring. That's not a privilege that everyone is granted. Only the people that train and graduate are able to. So like to be able to like, for me to be able to be allowed to step into that ring, it was like if I won like the lottery or if I was driving a Ferrari, you know, it's like something that not a lot of people have.
Right.
And like I was able to actually get in there and like train, and I was like, fuck, man, like this is awesome, you know. And like I talk a lot, but like I just remember walking into that school, and I would see all these T-shirts on the wall of like wrestlers that have graduated from that school, come out with merch, have become like a name. And like I was like, fuck, my first goal is to graduate and to be able to have a shirt and put it up on that wall. They don't have that wall anymore with all the shirts, but like I was able to come out with a shirt, and I was able to give one to my coach, to my coach's wife, which she trains me too, and one of my other trainer at Santino's, Mongol. And it was a nice, like, it felt like a reward. Like I went through all this gruesome, you know, training, and I finished it, and now I'm able to, like, you know, give them the respect of like, hey man, this is what you allowed me to have, a shirt, you know, this is for you guys, you know. And I feel like even though my shirt's not on the wall, like it is on the wall, and I'm able to like I left my little, like, you know, imprint there, but the shirt isn't where it's gonna stop. Like that's just the start, you know,
right,
of for everywhere, you know.
And Santino Brothers, tell me about that. That's a school here in Southern California, and give me a little background on that.
Yeah, so that's in like Bell Garden. That's actually in like a storage unit. So like pro wrestling rings usually are like 20 by 20. That one they had to make it 16 by 16 because it's a storage unit. Only so much can fit in there. So you have your wrestling ring, you have like a bathroom in there, you have a wrestling mat, you have like a t-shirt equipment where this is where I went to the school and they allowed me to like make my shirts there. So like they have everything you need to become a pro wrestler, and it's not like a big ass fucking fancy room. It's just what you see is what you get. That you're here to like work. You're not here to like get pampered. You're here to, you know, build yourself up into a pro wrestler. So like it's
a lot of grit.
Yeah, it's like going into those old gyms where you see all the rust, and it's like old bodybuilders where it's like, yeah, like I can actually see myself getting gains, but now the gyms are all like super like clean, and like the machines look like toys now. You know, but like that's how I feel like Santino Bros is. Like it's like the old gyms where it's like, fuck, like work is done here, you know?
Yeah. And you said it takes about a year to become a wrestler before you step into the ring. Mm-hmm. And tell me about that 1 year journey for you.
It's a long time, man, because like there's so much stuff you have to learn with like footwork, building up your cardios, and like at least for that school, there's like a 3-month course of beginners, 3-month course of intermediate, 3-month course of advanced, and then 3-month course of a semi-pro. So like once you graduate, you graduate from the school, but the training doesn't stop there. Like you don't stop learning. You have to always be training. Like just because you become a black belt in Taekwondo, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yes, I'm a firm believer that if you don't use it, you lose it. You got to practice. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep training. And, you know, it sounds like a long journey of training just to get into one match. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about two sides of challenges, right? What would you say in that 1 year journey was the hardest moment that you were like considering giving it up? What was that challenge for you?
I think it was when we had... So there's this day in wrestling where it's called like beatdown day, where like you get your ass kicked. They say it's to like try to weed out the people that are like weak and like that don't really want to take it. But I think it's just to show, I feel it was to show us how wrestling can actually be, like how real it can get, and like to see if you can take it or not. Like, and if sometimes... I'm pretty sure like back then that's how wrestling was, like very, very like hard hitting, very, very stiff, you know, and like, is this really what I want to do for a living? Do I really want to be picked up and slammed as hard as they can, you know, and like wake up and like fucking, you know, have a broken rib or whatever. So like it was just a wake up call of like, this is what wrestling can be, and you can't be a bitch, you know, about it. Like this is what you signed up for. This is how real it can get. It has been that real sometimes. And like you either tough it out or you quit. And there was nothing that like. That's where like I got power bombed by like Brody King. You know, he graduated from Santino Bros. He's like he's signed. He's like a made wrestler right now, and like he's a big guy, like 6'5", I think, like 280 maybe. So when I got power bombed, which is like where he gets me on his shoulders, I'm facing him, and then he slams me on the mat. And when I took that, I was like, fuck, do I really want to be taking this for a living? Like, do I really want to get myself in this situation? And I was like, fuck yeah, like, fuck it, dude. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I don't see myself doing anything else. So, like, when I took that and I took that day of, like, getting my ass kicked, I was like, do I really want to do this? And then, like, I already put in so much work. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just take it. You know, I'm not just the only one taking it. I also give it too now. You know, I also kick ass too. And I get my ass kicked, vice versa. And it just helps tell the story too. So
Great.
Yeah.
And also, what was the moment that you decided, like, oh my God, this is like, I'm in all the way? Like, how did you know in that training journey?
I was gonna finish it no matter what. Like, I'm not the type of guy that like quits. So like, there wasn't anything that they were gonna put me through that was gonna make me quit. Like, whether it was the cardio, getting my ass kicked, like the stress, the mental like frustration, even like now that I've been like 7 years in, like the mental frustration of like, I always hear people telling me that I'm so fucking good, then why aren't I signed yet? Like, if people praise me so much, then why isn't this going on? And I see other people, you know, getting like good opportunities, and I'm like, you know what, that's their road, this is my road. Nothing that wrestling is giving me is gonna make me like quit. So like right when I signed up, that's when I knew like this is what I'm going to be doing, you know. So right from the start.
Nice.
Yeah.
And tell me about that first moment when you walked up into the ring for the first match you ever had.
I even wrote it down on like my notebook. It was on November 23rd, 2018. A fatal 4-way. All the hard work, all the like the whole year of training, it comes down to like this 10 minutes. Like, this is what I worked for, to have my own entrance, to be able to like perform for a crowd. Like, when I was in the ring, I couldn't see anyone because I was just so tense about like, oh, the match has to go perfect. I have to remember this. I have to remember that. I have to be safe. I have to, you know, do my very best. And like, at first I couldn't enjoy it because I was in the ring. All I saw was the 3 opponents and the ref. As time went on, then I was able to like enjoy it and do what pro wrestling is meant for. And it's like, you know, to like, you're there to wrestle for the crowd, not for yourself. And when I was debuting, I wrestled for myself to make sure that everything was good. So, but it was just a surreal moment because I thought of the gear I wanted. I got it made. I bought these expensive as wrestling boots. I had my real boots. Like, all right, this is how it's going to feel when I would watch like Bret Hart or like Shawn Michaels or Triple H when they wear their wrestling boots. I'm like, all right, I get to have my own now. And this is how they felt wearing it and lacing it up. And like, it does suck lacing it up because it's like, it takes a while and your back fucking hurts. And it's like, oh shit. But it's like, wow, like I'm in it, you know, like I have my gear, you know, my entrance gear. I have everything. I have my music. This is who I am. Now let's see if the people take and gravitate towards it. But like, it was just like, it was I can't believe it's already fucking here. Like, it went by so quick too, you know. Like, I could barely enjoy my debut, but I was like, fuck yeah, like it was a good moment, you know.
Nice. And what would you say has been like your favorite match that you've ever had?
My favorite match would have to be Primohenio versus Wicked Wicket at Winner Circle. I was the champ for the pound for pound championship. I had to relinquish it from the injury that I had, but like that match, like everything was going like perfect. The crowd was like hating me. Like I'm not always like hated. It's just it's a certain environment brings out a certain, you know, part of me. Some places it brings out the joy in me. Some places it brings out the hate in me. And that place, I don't know what it is about that crowd, but I get angry with them, and I just don't have time for their, you know, bullshit.
It brings out the heel in you.
It brings out, like, you know, the bad, you know, the heel, man. But like, that was a good match. Like, everything was going well. I ended up retaining my championship. and like we just had a really good match, and we were match 2, and in the world of pro wrestling, match 2 is kind of like a sleeper match where it's like, okay, this is where the crowd gets to rest, and I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm gonna have match of the night. I felt we did that, and like that's always my goal. Whether I'm first match, last match, dark match. Dark match is a match that's not technically on the show. It's the match before the actual show starts. You know, like a soft opening. You know, to see what you got. But that's always my mentality, to have match of the night, and I felt like that one was just freaking solid. Where people were like, "Oh, it's match 2. We're gonna get to like sleep and get restroom break," and I was like, "Nah, motherfuckers, like sit your asses down. We're about to tear this shit up," you know. And we did. So like that was like a really good match, you know.
Oh my god, that's
and
amazing.
It was my first title defense, and like I was like, nah, like I'm gonna show them what I got.
Nice.
So yeah.
And how did it feel to win the championship? Right, you were saying that, you know, you worked a long time to get a championship, and what did it feel like to actually like put that around your waist?
It felt surreal, you know. This is what, like, if you're not in this business to be a champion, then like you're in the wrong business, and that's what I want. Like when you look at a basketball team or like a boxer, it's like, who's like the best guy? They always want to know who's the best, you know. And in the world of wrestling, technically whoever is holding the championship is the best, and to be the best in pro wrestling is really hard. So to be able to do that, to be able to like overcome and be the man or the woman, you know, in this like hard ass sport, it's like you're on a different level, you know. So like to be able to hold that, for a company to trust me, to be like, no, you're our guy. We like what we see. We believe in you. We believe you're gonna be like a big star. It's just like it's a reassurance that, you know, you have it, you know. You're amongst the greats too, you know, and that's what I want. I don't want to just be another spoke on the wheel. I want to be like the manufacturer that made the bike, you know. Fuck just being the bike. I want to be the fucking manufacturer, you know.
Yeah.
I've been ignored. I'm not going to be ignored anymore. So, yeah.
And speaking of, you have like 2 names, and people have asked me, is he El Mas Macho or is he Primohenio? Like, for those who don't know, school us on El Mas Macho Primohenio.
So El Primohenio is my name. El Mas Macho is my moniker. That's what I'm all about, you know. And El Mas Macho, that's about, you know, standing your ground. Like if you want to do something, do it. At least for me, it's like I'm not gonna let anyone like overshine me. Like I'm not gonna let anyone punk me, no matter if you're like 6'5". Like I'm gonna show you that I do have like a chance to like, you know, whoop your ass, and I will whoop your ass. Like if you fucking test me, you know, like just because you're bigger than me doesn't mean you're gonna win. I hate when people already think like, of course he's gonna win, the other guy. Look at him, and it's like, what do you mean? Look at him. Look at fucking me, man. Like I can fucking go too. I'm a fucking threat to be messed with, you know.
Right.
Like don't like overlook me. Like that's the fucking biggest mistake you can make. So like Mas Macho is being tough and like not letting anyone walk all over you, you know. And that's been my life the whole time. And I'm tired of walking on like eggshells and not standing up for myself. So like now I'm like, you know, putting my foot down, and like I'm not gonna be looking like a bitch to anyone. Like I'm the fucking guy.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's say like your upcoming opponent is listening to us right now. What would you tell your upcoming opponent before this match coming up?
Like I just hope you bring everything you have, because like I have as cliche as it is, like I have a chip on my shoulder. Like you're trying to be the best at something that I am the best in. So like this can get real very quickly, and this is real for me. So if you don't step up and like bring everything you have, you're gonna get a reality check really quick, you know. This is my life. Like this isn't just for fun and games. I have been champ everywhere I've been, and it's for a reason, because I'm that freaking good. So like if you don't step up, I'm gonna eat you alive, you know.
Oh, I love it, man. Love it. Yeah. And being a professional wrestler, and you are traveling through the circuit, what are some of like the top 3 things that people like me or people on the outside don't know about the challenges of being a professional wrestler?
You hear it all the time. It's like the traveling, you know, I've driven like 8 hours just to be wrestling for like 10 minutes and then it's 8 hours back. Like the traveling is like kind of what gets to you more than like the actual like physicality of the wrestling. The physicality of the wrestling is easy. It's the traveling that kind of gets to you. No, pro wrestlers aren't rich unless they're the champs at like a big promotion. I don't make a lot of money off of this. I'm paying my dues still 7 years in. You know, we don't have a lot of money. We like, you know, we struggle. So like just because we're like a pro wrestler doesn't mean like, you know, we have everything that we want yet with money, you know. There's that. And then the third one is like we're, you know, super vulnerable when we're in the ring. We're showing you a part of ourselves that we don't really show the real world. When we're in there, that's what's real for like me. Like this is who I really am. The real world can't handle me, so I let myself free in the pro wrestling ring. So like, don't take that for granted. Don't shit on me and saying that this is like fake, because this is not fake for me. I'm giving you, you know, my all. So like in return, you need to like, you know, hopefully appreciate what I'm doing for y'all. And like, I'm very closed off. So when you see me being my real self, like I just don't let anyone see that. The only time you can see it is like 20 minutes when I'm in the ring.
And I've seen you fly around, fly off the top ropes, crashing down onto other humans, right? Yeah. And the physicality of it in tandem with the psychology of it. What would you say are the top 3 things that you enjoy and love about this, that you keep putting your body at risk?
When you're able to tell a good story to make the crowd believe that, oh my God, he almost won. Oh my God, he lost, you know, like to be able to like fool the crowd. Not so much fool, just make them believe into what you're doing in there. Like that's very rewarding, where it's like, fuck man, that like, I know this is just a movie that I'm watching, but like, fuck man, like I got lost in it. Like, oh, it's only like a 2-hour movie, and now I see the ending credits. It's like, holy shit, like, you know, I felt something in there. When I can do that and make the crowd really be like, you're fucking awesome, dude. Like that's very rewarding for me. When people want to take photos for me, you know, that's something that that is earned, you know. That's like a big privilege to have. So like I like when people ask for photos, because it's like, fuck, like I'm doing something right, you know. People want to still remember me in their lives, you know. And like thirdly, for people to like even like message me privately and saying like, hey man, like I know you've gone through some hardship and I'm rooting for you. Just people that have my back that I've never met or like talked to, and they see me on social media and like on the internet. You know, the internet is so like a valuable tool to have, where I can like try to touch as many hearts as I can, as many people as I can, with something that's, you know, supposedly like fake, you know, like right. I'm putting my heart onto this, you know, and like for them to be able to like message me like, yo man, like I love what you're doing. Please don't stop being yourself. I know you're going to like make it. And a lot of people making it can mean like you're rich from this or you're famous from this. But like when they say like, I know you can make it, it's what I feel making it is making it to the big promotion and being like the top guy. And like, that's very hard to come by. And like, that's what I want. So like when there's people that keep telling me that, like, I know there's people that have my back, and that's very important to me, you know, friends, family, and like I have your back. I would appreciate you having my back too, but no matter what, like I always give and don't expect anything back. And I think that's what hurts the most, is when I do give and like people end up like showing me their true side. That's what hurts, even like with my own family, you know. But then these people that are like supposedly strangers that are giving me a lot of like respect and care, you know, it just makes me see that like I do have a purpose in this, you know. Not a lot of people get that. I'm not praised or anything, but just to be able to get messages. People don't have to message, you know, unless you actually touch their hearts, you know. So like it lets me know that being myself is appreciated, you know.
I've seen you come out the ring. You're so magnetic to watch, and your performance, and there's this great skill that you guys have where sometimes we think we know what's gonna happen, and then we are very surprised.
You get bamboozled, my guy.
We get bamboozled,
Yeah.
but then when we actually like feel the outcome that we were supposed to get, it's also very rewarding. And what would you say to someone who's never been to a pro wrestling match, why they should come?
You go to movies to get yourself lost into something, to have something to believe in, to like try to find something that you can be attracted to, or be like, am I a fan in this? Am I not? When you go to a pro wrestling arena, you get, if you like MMA or fighting, like you get that in wrestling. If you like theatrics, like acting, you get that. If you like acrobatics attempts, athletes, you get that. If you like people that have like characters that are larger than life, like, and you can see them up close, in movies, you can only see the person on the screen. But if you want to see an actual person being like a real life superhero, go to a pro wrestling event, because you're going to find something that you're going to like, even if it's one thing, whether it's someone's music, whether it's someone's jacket, whether it's someone's shirt, their moves, their attire, what they're trying to bring into the ring, you're going to get lost into it, because there's a flavor for anything in wrestling, there's even like blood and stuff, where people end up, getting crashed and thrown in through like doors, through like windows, like PCP pipes, like it gets really fucking intense and real, and if you like grappling, there's grappling in pro wrestling too, so like you get everything you can want: fighting, theatrics, acrobatics, realism, intensity, all wrapped into just like a 2-hour show. And you get to actually you can actually take photos with the artists,
Amazing.
So like it's like going to like a Comic Con or like WrestleCon. You get to see your heroes live in action. It's like, holy shit, like this is a real fucking person, bro. Like I'm buying into this is Primohenio. This is who they're trying to fucking be. I believe in it. I'm buying into it. Like I am a fan of yours.
Dang. Speaking of fans, I'm always surprised at how the fans are just as rageful and involved.
They get intense.
They get intense.
People stand up out of their seats. They fucking throw their chairs down. Like, what the fuck, ref? Like, they get pissed off at the ref, and the ref's just doing their job, So, like, no, yeah, like, wrestling fans are some of the most, like, hardcore, most, like, loved, most hated, too, because they're not shy to like let their voice be heard, like especially like on the internet, like people are like, let their feelings know, like, no, that was bullshit, that was that, and like, and if it's fake, then why are people so like involved in it, so like wrestling fans, like they're as devoted as like fans for like movies and stuff.
They say that wrestling is the oldest sport in history, right? You have like Gregorian, Olympic wrestling, and then you have this wrestling, professional wrestling in a ring. Yeah. There's been a lot of Mexican influence in wrestling, and I personally love lucha libre and wanted to see your influence from Mexican wrestling, lucha libre, and where does your heart land with that?
So when I was watching pro wrestling, I was only able to watch like American wrestling, which is like WWE. I'm happy that WWE was able to like, show me people like Eddie Guerrero and like Rey Mysterio, like for Lucha Libre, it's a different kind of art form where like they're like, it's so hard to be like a luchador, because they're so athletic. They're so like, everything they do, it has to be perfect, like with like the running ranas, with like all this stuff that you see in like I don't know, like in the circus, where it's like, holy crap, like no one else can do that except those freaking pros. And you see luchadors, and they're doing this shit like every fucking day.
Very acrobatic.
Very fucking athletic, acrobatic, and like it's really hard. And I think people shit on luchadors a lot, but unless they try it, you don't know how much respect they actually deserve to make that shit look clean and as good as they do. There's an art form to that too. So like I have so much respect for them, because I even train in lucha libre with like Zocre at Santino Bros, and it took me a while to kind of get my shit kind of up to par, but that's like, you can mess up really easily if you don't, land the right way or like do something the right way, and it can look like shit. And the most important thing is to make sure that you're safe and to make sure that that your move that you're executing is to the most excellent, and like to do it excellent, very hard. That's why you only see like Rey Mysterio on TV. That's why the luchadors that are doing it on TV, they're on TV for a reason, because they're the fucking best at doing it.
Ooh, yeah.
So like there's a lot of like road to cover before I can start doing all that shit, but I'm getting there, Yeah.
Lucha Libre for me has been something that I've always loved. My grandmother worked with luchadores back in the 60s.
Oh really? Where?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's cool.
The most famous Mexicans are luchadores.
Yeah.
And I feel like they also were able to start, like they also participated in a trend of wrestlers performing in movies. How do you feel about that historical reality where you see all these wrestlers all the way from like the 1950s to now performing in wrestlings and that transition? And how does that interest you at all? And I know that we've worked in television projects together, music video, TV shows. How does that feel for you?
What kind of power like wrestling has, like so many people, like you can get such a big fan base from that it can like help you in any other career you want. It prepares you for it, because it's a really hard career to be a pro wrestler. Like there's a lot, you're your own employee, you don't have someone that's like booking your matches or booking your like appearances. You have to do it all yourself. So like it prepares you for like a hard life to make the rest of your life like easier. So like for you to be able to transfer yourself from wrestler to like an actor, like that says a lot, that like not anyone can just do that. You have to be special. You have to be like a force to be reckoned with to be able to do that. So just to know that like that table can be open, like it's cool. Like my road, I feel, is just wanting to be a pro wrestler, but like I also like acting, So like that's not why I did wrestling, but to know that can eventually be like an opportunity to do, like it just shows that what kind of power it is, to be a pro wrestler, and how much respect you have to have for it too, Like look at like, John Cena, and like The Rock, like he's one of the most paid actors and he was a wrestler first. Yeah. So like for them to be able to transfer and like own that like genre just shows, like they're a different kind of breed.
Right.
Yeah.
Even Jesse Ventura, he was a wrestler. He became an actor, and then he became a governor. So you never know.
Yeah, there's Kane.
That's right.
He's like, a governor now. Like there's wrestlers like can transfer their like talents to other aspects. Like they're not like pussy fighters. They're like real fucking people. So yeah.
And what would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned in professional wrestling that has shaped your life to what it is today? Like from the moment you signed up to now, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned that you weren't expecting?
So there's like there's like a reality check, because just because you're good at something doesn't mean like you're going to get what you want right away. You still have to work for it. Number two, to have patience, and to not be angry at like the world for like, oh, I should be at this place already. Why isn't it working out? Like everything happens for a reason, even this injury. Like I feel like this happened so that I could spend more time working on my promos, working on my character work, working on a new jacket, like, and also just letting my body heal, because I wouldn't take breaks. If I wasn't wrestling, I was working out. If I wasn't working out, I was like studying, watching like wrestling and stuff. So like my whole life was wrestling and gym. So like this kind of helped me like to see that there's more to life than like wrestling, even though this is what I want to do for my life. Like if all I do is wrestling, then I'm going to like have no life. I need to do other stuff, and to be patient, and that what I want will eventually come when I'm ready for it,
Great. Well, let's tap into that part of your life. Like if you're not wrestling and you have a full day for yourself, full tank of gas, you got a basket of food, What do you do on that day off that you have for yourself that is not wrestling?
I like going to Ross, you know.
The store?
Yeah, the store. Hell yeah. I walk around there, you know, walk around the mall. I like going to the park, just like feeling the air. If I have like a full tank of gas, I'll even go to like a movie or like try to drive like, I don't know, like maybe like Vegas and just like walk around and just like be around like such a larger than life area.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's awesome, man. Like,
Yeah.
what does Primohenio do for fun? The wrestler out in the world.
Out in the world, well, I like going out to eat. I like going go-karts, going to arcade. I like, if I can, when I'm not injured, going out to the gym, you know, and going to like the beach and just like getting a tan, you know, and just relaxing, like honestly, like just relaxing, or even like going to visit my sister and like my niece and nephew, you know, and their doggy and my dad. Because I am like a family man, so like family is very important to me. So like I see them, and like the more that I can relax, like the better, you know. And like doing stuff that I enjoy, like being a kid again, you know. That's what I like doing. You know?
Oh my God, that's amazing. Let's do a quick rapid fire if you don't mind. Okay,
Yeah.
favorite arcade game?
What's that called? Solid Metal Gear.
Metal
I
Gear
think?
Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal
Yeah,
Gear
yeah.
Solid. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, chocolate chip.
If you would go hiking in LA, where do you go? Or anywhere?
Hiking to the Hollywood sign.
Nice. What favorite kind of movie?
I like the name of the movie or the genre?
just the genre?
Genre, suspense.
Ooh, what
Yeah.
about horror? Like,
Horror, I like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit, man. That's my shit. My gimmick before was based on Hellraiser.
oh my God,
Yeah.
with all the clavos on his
Yeah,
head?
the pinhead.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
yeah.
I love that shit. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this movie, but then I saw it. I was like, all right, this is fucking sick, man. I want to see more about Pinhead. You know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you're at Ross. What are some of the things you look for at Ross?
Shit, I go right to the shoes, man. I'm
The
a shoes
shoes.
guy.
You're
Yeah,
like a sneakerhead, or just-
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I try to learn as much about sneakers as I can, but I like seeing like unique shoes. Like, oh shit, I like that, or like, you know, just like Nikes or like Air Forces, or like if I see a shoe that's like cool, like, oh shit, I'm gonna get that, you know.
Dang.
So yeah, I like shoe. I go to the shoes, and then I go to like the jackets, and then like jeans, you know. And I just look everywhere. I look to see like, do I need it? Should I get it? Should I not? And then I look for jackets too, so I can start making my own shit, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yo, I know, like, when I look at tribes, like, people, you know, I feel like there's, like, two kinds of people. Like, there's scholars, the ones that record, the poets, and then there's the warriors, right? I feel like if we were going into battle today, I'd be here with a notebook writing everything that went down, and you would go into battle.
Yeah, I
you
got
have
my
this
jacket
warrior. You have this warrior energy about you. And how is that natural, or did you build that out, or where does that come from?
I think it's the competitiveness in me. Like, I try not to show it too much because I feel like I can be too much, or like even be like a bully, if that makes sense. And like, I don't like that, but like, it's the competitiveness in me. Like, I don't want to be the weaker one. I want to win, you know. It's about me, you know. But it's always just been in me, you know, since a kid. I always wanted to be the center of attention and stuff, you know. But not being a dick about it, just being, you know, nice about it, you know. But no, yeah, it was always in me.
That's amazing, man.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yo, so I also heard you teach wrestling. You're a coach as well.
I help teach like the new upcomers. I am assistant to a coach. I have led a couple classes, and like, I'm very grateful for that, for them to trust me to be able to do that at my school.
And how does that feel that you've acquired all this knowledge and experience, and then you send the elevator back down and you reciprocate that with new talent?
It feels very rewarding, because like the way I was taught there, they taught me like the right way. Like they instilled in me to like, everything has to be like nothing cheap, nothing weak, like meaning that it can't look fake, it needs to be real. And like, a lot of people, when you watch them wrestle, it looks fake. And like, my job is to make sure that thinking of shooting first, then working later, meaning like you try to go for them for real, and then you start working with them, you know, and like just to get that aggressiveness and intensity out of the people. That's what helps wrestling, like the storytelling, to be so good. And like I struggled with it, and until I saw like myself, how I used to look like and how I look like now, it's like, no, like that's very ingrained in me to like, no man, you have to kick some like ass in there, you know, like you have to respect wrestling. You have to, you're a fighter in there. You're not like a performer. You're a fighter in there. You have to make people see that, oh shit, I can't do what they're doing in there. I can't copy them. I can only do like the backyard wrestling fake ass shit. This is what's real, you know, like I wouldn't dare step into the ring with them, because then I'm going to get fucked up, you know,
Right.
Because like that's our job, you know.
Out of everything you've learned as a professional wrestler, what would you say is the greatest skill set or the greatest skill that could be applied to regular people to improve their lives, make their lives better? Like, what lessons have you learned that can transcend into us like normal folk?
Usually the first answer that you come up with is the right one. So meaning don't second guess yourself. Cause like that was a big part of me that I still struggle through. Like I want to do this, but then I'm like, maybe I should just listen to what they're saying. It's like, no, bro, like do what you want to do. Like follow your gut, you know? That's the biggest thing, is like the first answer is usually the right one. Like there's no reason to be not confident, you know, just be yourself. Like you're not gonna die for like having a wrong opinion or something, you know? So like, you just got to be yourself, you know?
Right. That's good. Yeah. That's good. And like that sounds like you should learn to trust yourself.
Yeah. You know, to have self-confidence. That's what I struggle with. And it's like, nah, bro, like that shit will eat you alive. You just need to be yourself. Stop second guessing yourself. Like the first answer is usually the right one. So.
Nice. Well, that's amazing. That's a great piece of intel.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Who would you want to wrestle if you could wrestle anyone right now? Who's like the one wrestler you're like, I want to wrestle that person?
I would want to wrestle Bryan Danielson. I think he's retired right now. He has a lot of injuries, but like he's in like AEW right now. He was in WWE. Like he was like one of the first people that I saw that like brought realism into wrestling, where like if you watch his matches, it looks like he's actually like fucking pissed off and fighting them, and it's like you can hear every sound in there, that when he slams you, when he kicks you, when he smacks you, he punches you, he euros you. I do my euros because of that guy, you know. So like just to be able to like wrestle him would be like a dream come true. You know, because I just respect his work so much, and like he just opened my eyes to how wrestling should look like, you know. So like that's like one of my people I look up to, you know. So it would be him.
Nice.
And I think she agrees too, you know. She
Lola,
wants to
Lola
fight.
Agrees.
She wants to fight too. Yeah.
Lola agrees. Yeah. Speaking of the ladies, I want to talk about the ladies. Every time I watch wrestling on television, the women's matches are just as spectacular as the men's.
Sometimes better.
And sometimes better. And Triple H has made this great, he's leveled the playing field, right? And what can you tell us about women in professional wrestling?
They're like just as tough and want it just as bad as the men. Biggest thing when you get into like wrestling training, there's no guys or girls. There's just pro wrestlers. So we don't discriminate. We don't hit the ladies lighter just because they're ladies. We treat them just the same as guys. They're not guys or girls. They're just wrestlers. So like you're gonna learn. You know, when I teach people, I teach them. You know, no matter what they are, what they look like, whatever. I'm teaching them an art form that like I was taught, you know. So everyone is treated equally. And yeah, they're tough. They always want to like prove themselves too, you know, because this is a man dominant sport, and like women are doing a great job, like, you know, not just keeping up, but even like sometimes even like doing better than some of the guys. And it's like, it's just because their love of this passion too. If you're passionate about this, I don't care. Like, if you're passionate and you're a good person, fuck, reach for the stars, you know.
Right.
But like, you can be like a good athlete and be a piece of shit, and like, I wouldn't root for you, you know. Like, fuck you, you know. Yeah. So.
But not only am I seeing more women wrestling, but I'm also seeing more women in as fans. Like, women are showing up to see this wrestling show. Yeah. And what is your take on professional wrestling in this current day that we have right now?
They say like right now is the best time to be a pro wrestler and a pro wrestling fan, because back then you would kind of get only like one or two versions. You know, it was always like the big beefy guys, you know, like larger than life. Now wrestling, you get like guys that are 5'9" that are doing these like crazy ass flips, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's a live fucking action film. And like back then you would be like, oh shit, like it's like, you know, like a freak show because they're like 6'5" and shit, and like it's entertaining too, you know. But like now you get so many like tastes and like flavors. You can get, you know, like hardcore wrestling, like deathmatch wrestling, women wrestling, you know, like the Yoshi wrestling, you know, from like Japan, that they do so much crazy ass shit, like a lot of stuff that guys wouldn't dare to do, you know, like they put their bodies on the line, like hardcore. So like it's the best time to be a fan and a wrestler, because you get so many different styles, and like and now women are helping other women to be fans and to actually try to be training, because before, I'm pretty sure, you know, like they wouldn't want women to be doing this shit. They would probably be more, they'd probably be worse to the women than they were to some of the guys, you know, because like, no, like, we don't want any girls here, you know. But like now it's like, okay, if you got it, then bring it, you know. The more, as long as you put out good product and you don't have your shit looking weak, then please be in this business. But if you're fucking around, you know, and making it look like shit and giving it a bad name, then like work on your shit before you like put yourself out there, because like there's so many people that shit on it already, and it's because of people that don't respect it. And just like, I graduated in 3 months, I know how to wrestle, and it's like, no, you fucking don't, dude. So like, get your shit right.
That's how people get hurt.
That's how people get hurt. And a lot, that's how schools, you know, like they just want to take your money, but like you just have to find a reputable school that see what kind of talent they put out, and it's like, oh no, that's kind of bad talent they're putting out. Oh, that's good talent, I'm gonna train here or there. And that's what we want to do, put out good wrestling, not bad wrestling, you know. Right. There's a lot of bad. So holy shit.
I know that there's heels and there's baby faces, technicals and rules, right? The two sides of the same story. One of my classic favorites are like the masked ones with contra cabellera, which is like the hair. Yeah, you have wonderful hair, man. Like, let's talk about
I ain't cutting this.
Let's talk about the hair.
Shit,
these superpowers right here, Samson. Oh my God, look at this.
Ahí estamos, mujeres.
Hey, las greñas.
Ahí estamos, mujeres.
You have these great locks, right? Telephone curl type curls, right?
Yep.
Tell us about this hair. How long did it take to grow? What's the upkeep? We all want to know. Like, I don't have any hair anymore, but I want to know what you...
I'll let you borrow some.
All right.
I just use Head and Shoulders, and then I use Pantene for conditioner. I actually leave the conditioner in, and then I comb it right when I get out of the shower. Like, I don't do so much, like, all these products. I keep it very, like, less is more, you know, especially in, like, wrestling, less is more. Like, the more I feel you do for your, like, your hair, the more, like, it's gonna, like, look damaged. So, like, I just let it be, you know. I just take care of it. I don't put any, like, chemicals in it or, like, dye it and colors. I just let it be, and, like...
Just juices and berries.
Juices and berries, too, yeah, like in Coming to America, yeah. I should do that shit. Like, damn, what kind of shit you put in here? What kind of chemicals you put in here? It's like, oh, it's just juices and berries. Like, you know?
But, yeah, man, I know, like, it's such a, like great tale, Samson strength and hair. Like, a lot of wrestlers have had long hair. Why did you choose to go down this route?
I didn't do it for wrestling. I did it so that I can, like, donate for, like, kids that would, like, anyone that has, like, loss of hair for, like, cancer or whatever. Like, I can't donate my money yet because I don't have a lot of money. So I was like, okay, I can, like, grow my hair out and then donate it. I haven't donated it yet because like I actually like it now, you know. So like I'm keeping it, but once I do cut it, then I'm gonna donate it, you know, because like I said, I'm waiting till I become rich and then I can donate all the money I want. But like I can give my hair, you know.
So that's part of your plan.
Yeah, yeah. So like I always want to like, you know, help people that are like in need, whether it's like a homeless person, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy them some Carl's Jr. or something, you know. Like I always try to help out, you know, because I know what it's like, you know, to be like hungry. I was never poor, but I just had trouble like with my eating and shit. So like that's one of the worst things to feel is like hunger. So like I always try to help those, you know, and always have respect for everyone, you know. So
Well, I appreciate getting to meet you. A year ago,
yeah, right.
I had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden, in a year's time, you've been in a music video that I've had my hands on. You've been in a TV show.
Yeah.
Now you're in my house. And I've seen you perform and I've seen you wrestle. And it's been a great honor to see you in this journey and be participating in each other's lives. And I thank you for being here. Have a great next match. I'm excited to come see you perform again. Any last words that you want to say to people listening?
Don't be your own self-destruction. Like you have a lot in you that you can like give, and like you can do whatever you want as long as you're not like harming yourself or others. Like please like go after what you want, because like no one's going to stop you other than like you. So like be yourself, and if they have a problem with you, then like be successful so they can have something to be pissed about, you know. And don't even worry about those people that like hate. Like just focus on the people that love you, you know. Yeah, no hate. Be positive as much as you can. So yeah,
That's a great answer, man.
Yeah.
Great answer. Yeah. One of the reasons I started the show was because I love learning from other people. I love teaching other people. And I thought that it would be a great opportunity to crystallize conversations that listeners can learn from the both of us. And one of the reasons is that the main reason was I like to use creativity to find a well-examined life. How has creativity been like, how have you shaped your life using creativity?
I mean, with like, you know, the jacket too, like, you know, what kind of person I want to be in the ring, and just like, I'm very creative, especially when you have lack of like money. You have to be very creative to try to be successful and like make things happen, you know, make things happen for yourself. So like, I like, you know, being creative by showing like, oh no, you can't be successful when you have like nothing really, you know. If you want something to happen, you're going to find a way, you know. So
If not, you'll find an excuse.
you find a way, or you find an excuse, and fuck excuses, man. You got to make it happen, you know.
Coming from directly from El Mas Macho
Yes,
Primohenio.
yes.
Yo, one of the things I love watching is you do your promos, man. Like just when you turn it on and you're like, like before you close this out, doing a traditional Primohenio promo. Like let's say camera's on, you know, you're about to go into a match. All right, action. And, you know, let's say you're fighting somebody, and how would that promo look? Or like, what would you say?
Well, I'd have to like, you know, see what kind of person they are, cause like, and how I see that is by looking into the person's eyes, cause you can tell a lot by that. You know, you can tell if they're gonna break or if they're gonna bring it. And I just need them to know that when they look into my eyes, like they're seeing a fighter, they're seeing someone that has a lot of hurt, that wants a lot, that didn't have a lot. And now that I have the opportunity to take everything in this wrestling world, I'm gonna take it. And even if we're friends, I'm going to take it from you, because I am going to be number one no matter what.
Yeah, I love it. All right, let's say you and I were stepping into the ring. Like, how would that promo go down?
So, promo? All right, so let's see.
I know it's cold, but you know.
No, I'm all warm with
All
this
right.
jacket. So, I would say, you know, Gustavo, you are a very smart man, because I know exactly why you invited me to your own home. You wanted to study me. You wanted to see if there's any weak points in me. And what you see is what you get. You see a strong man, a guy that has been torn apart in life, that has a chip on his shoulder, and that now wants everything in this wrestling world to be number one. And you think just because you've studied me, just because you spent, an hour with me, that you know me? You don't know me until we step into that ring. I'm a champion for a reason in 3 different promotions. And you think you're going to stop me with those glasses and that Metallica shirt? No, Gustavo. You are going to meet your end with El Mas Macho. And that is finito.
Woo! Love it. Oh my God. Yo, man, I know we were talking about the physicality of all this stuff, but I'm very curious, man. Do those chops hurt?
Fuck yeah, they hurt. Yeah. Yeah, you ever been smacked by your mom, man? That shit stinks, right?
Yeah, but I've never been chopped by a professional wrestler.
Okay.
I think we should do a few chops.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. We
3 stages of hell?
Yeah.
A nice one, medium, and then a hard one?
Exactly.
All right,
give me the
guy.
venti, you know?
Shit, all right.
All right.
Get the sound on,
Well, don't give it
guys.
to me. Give it to Wapo. Wapo will take the chops.
Wapo? All right,
All
bring
right.
him over.
All
Bring
right.
him over.
Well, thank you so much
thank you,
for
guys.
having me or for coming.
No, thank you for having me too. And
And,
you're welcome for me having you on your podcast. Damn straight. Look at this guy. He's already scared. You see that promo? I already got him.
Exactly. I'm such a big fan that if they tell me, yo, come out to a job interview, I'm going to send you in my place. Be like, yo, he's hot. He's good looking warrior.
Hey, my man.
Dang, that's good. Thank you so much, man. That was great.